Welcome to Banjo Adventures Discord, a virtual space where new and beginner banjo players are coming together to learn this amazing skill online. If you want to join the Banjo Adventures Discord, just click the link in my YouTube profile and we'll see you in there. It's free to join, there's a lot of people in there already and we're all learning this skill together. So yeah, you're welcome, come and join us. So if you think about what we're doing with our right hand when we do the basic strumming pattern, is we are hammering down, which creates a melody note. Step 2, we're going to bring our hand back up, which creates a bit of a rest, a bit of a breathing space for the playing style, and then we're going to strum. That creates the harmony, and then when we pluck with the thumb on the 5th string, that creates drive in what we play, like a, how would you describe it? It creates like a drone. They call it the drone string because it's always in the background. But that's your driving force. That's what keeps things moving. So let's focus on step 1, the hammering of the string. Talking about nails, I always say strike down with the back of the middle fingernail. Now it is worth growing. I don't mean like a huge velociraptor style claw, but it is worth just growing just a little bit of a nub on your nail that just gives you that, you know, just gives you that noise. You don't want to grow anything like too big because obviously you'll end up breaking it, but just a little bit of something, just so you can. So most banjos should have this here, it's an armrest. So what we do, we're going to rest our forearm on that. And although, yeah, we're approaching the string from somewhere in time and space, it can be quite hard to, especially when you're not looking, when I'm looking forward, it can be quite hard to find exactly which string you need to strike and hammer down. But once you've got the routine going, like for now, I've got my thumb on the 5th string, so when I pluck that, I know roughly where my hand is now in proportion to say for example the 2nd string. I looked then, I cheated, didn't I? So hammer 1st string. But in the early stages, while you're at this learning stage, just look at what you're doing, it does help. But by not staring at your hands, you are creating that sense of presence with your banjo, and you do get an appreciation for where things are. Like, without looking, straight away, I can hammer on a C chord. So how do I know exactly where that C chord is? It's just your spatial awareness becomes developed. The more time you spend with your banjo, the more that spatial awareness is built up. It's like, for example, when you get a new car, you know, as soon as you get in a brand new car, you don't know where anything is, so you have to look for like the knobs and the switches and the levers and all the bits and bobs. But after about 6 months of driving, while you're driving, you can look straight ahead at the road and you can change the radio and you can do the windows and you can, you know, mess about with the AC. You just know where things are, and it's the same with this. The more time you spend with your banjo, the more time you're going to be aware of where things are. Now you don't have to change your lifestyle, you don't have to, you know, stop what you're doing and just focus on banjo for 6 hours a day. But I would definitely recommend at least 30 minutes, ideally 30 minutes a day if you can, but if not, you know, 30 minutes twice a week is sufficient just to get used to doing this movement, this hammer on, hand goes back up, strum and thumb. So yeah, we're going to spend a long time just mastering that technique, but it's time well spent because eventually, like I say, it'll just become second nature. And And there's no shortcuts either. There's no quick way of doing this. There's no shortcuts. It's just time spent over and over again. If you really want to do it, put the time in, practice, hammer on, strum, thumb. So we're hitting the melody note, bit of a rest, harmony, drum. And while we're practicing as well, keeping that time inside your head, try and build up your internal metronome. So what I mean by that is your ability to count from 1 to 4 over and over and over again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 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 4 and... Build up that internal metronome, because it will help you. Even when you're just practicing, when you're playing a song or if you're playing in a group of people, it's vital to keep your timing. But when we're practicing, even if you're just practicing the right hand technique, speed doesn't matter. Just as long as you keep a nice, steady, what you can manage, what you're capable of. And if that means you're going super slow, just do it. Go slow. But don't vary your speed. Try and keep that nice, steady 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and... It's very easy to count 1 to 4 like a robot, but it's something else trying to get your right hand to act in the same way. It's very easy to, oh, what next? And then you've lost your timing. So if you need to, you can download metronome apps on your phone, or you can go on YouTube and find metronome at certain beats per minute. You find a beats per minute that suits you. Start off at 30 beats a minute and just work with that. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and... So I've got 3 different exercises that we can do that will help strengthen your right hand muscles and your muscle memory. What I'll do, I'll move the camera a bit closer and you can see what my hand's doing. Okay, so we're in this position now, so 5th string is here, 1st string is there, 5th string, so you know which direction we're looking at. So yeah, ignore the cut on my thumb, I trapped my thumb in the door the other day, so anyway. So yeah, so 3 different exercises that you can practice. So what I'd suggest is grab your banjo, get it tuned to open G, and if you can, just play along with these little simple exercises. So the first one we're going to do is a simple pluck strum. So we're going to focus on the 1st string, and we're going to hit the 1st string. Sorry, I plucked it then. I'm going to hammer down on the 1st string like this. Bring your hand back up, and then just strum. Hammer down, strum. Try and get your thumb to land on the 5th string. So when you strum, don't do that. You're gonna get your thumb down here, and if you make contact with the banjo head, that's fine. So you're gonna hammer down, strum, hammer down, Okay, so take that away with you. You can practice that, and that'll just build up your it's just for strengthening them muscles in your hands to work on that repetitive motion. The second exercise, I touched upon this in my creating the perfect claw video, and this is just alternating between the first and the fourth string with a fifth string pluck in between, which sounds like this. Hammer on the first, pluck the fifth, hammer on the fourth, pluck the fifth. And we do that by reducing that space in between our thumb and finger. Because when it's wide like that, we can hit the first and the fifth string. And then when we reduce that space, we can then hit the fourth and the fifth string. Wide, reduced. The next exercise is simply just strumming and plucking the fifth string. So what this one does is, this is more working on the volume, so we don't want each element of the right hand technique to sound louder or less loud than the previous thing. So you don't want your hammer on to sound really loud and your strum to be super quiet and your thumb to be non-existent. You want everything to be nice and normalized across the range of the motions. So I do have a tendency to over pluck the thumb, so sometimes you'll hear me play and I might dig my thumb too much into that fifth string and give it one of them. So yeah, so this exercise is just simply strumming and you're going to thumb, but work on the volume, keep them two volumes the same. One, two, three, four.